Well, good day, and I hope everybody's fine. Everybody's okay. That is my concern. Okay, now every little now and then, um, there's always certain things that happens that actually makes me laugh. And some things, and I look at it and I'm just seeing the irony in the whole thing. Okay, now I guess most of you know that this thing that is going around, this talk, and actually it is actually happening right about now. The the fact that they're actually creating sex dolls and stuff like that. So whether it is for men, whether it is for women, they have sex dolls. Well, I mean, just looking at it, maybe hearing about it way back when you may not have imagined it, and the distance they came with this thing, okay? Because they have these dolls that could basically, or not could, they look basically lifelike. These things look lifelike. These things look like real people. The only thing maybe they can't actually move on their own volition, but they could program them so they could have a little conversation with you, like how Siri having a conversation with you are, and stuff like that. So that is how far it comes. The irony of it is that I just be listening a lot of women online and stuff like that who find it is hard to get a man, right? Very hard to get a man. And then when I do a little research deeper into this thing, I realize most women, or the majority of women, have in their mind, you see, a preconceived idea of the kind of man they want. You understand what I'm saying? So in other words now, they have it in their mind, they train their mind to accept this theory they have, of the kind of man they want. So you find that any man they meet, because they train themselves like that, so any man they meet, and if he's not shaping up towards this particular picture they have in their mind, what would happen is that the whole system will reject this man. You see, and they will continue so for years and years and never finding the man that they have in their mind. Okay? Men basically are the same, in the sense that there's a lot of men who always visualize the kind of woman they want. You understand? Both in personality and in looks. Right? Now, these men never actually stay with a woman because in their mind, you understand, they're looking for a particular woman. Some men like a woman to stay home and shut up. Stay home and they are the boss and they move around, because there is a lot of men who look at women who are actually, progressing materially, like financially, in our community today. They look at them as competitions, or they feel threatened by them, or whatever it is, which you're not supposed to be like that, because man have to understand what is actually happening in this world. Now, these guys will find it is hard to get a woman like this. No, they have robots. So guys, I know most guys already buying robots, based on studies and stuff like that. So who knows? You might get a robot to suit your style. It is an abominable thing, but the world is becoming totally abominable, and well, it is a total abomination, and it's only some of us will look at it for what it is and don't work the same way. So the guys who always looking for this fake person, this person that don't really exist, then you might get one like this one. Yes, You might get this one. That is no problem. Or if you want this one will stay home with you. Stay home. You'll put her in whatever position, and if you leave her right on that chair, when you comes back, you'll meet her right on that chair. She not making a move. You understand? You live in a house with you and your wife. This is your wife. She's not going anywhere. You understand? Or maybe you want a different look. Then you hook up with something like this. You understand? You have one like this. Because if you like fake and you like things like that, then so be it. As I said, to me, that is devilish in itself. But then if that is what you want, then you have the opportunity to to get one like this, because most of you guys are not happy with a living breathing sister. So then if you're not happy with a living breathing sister, then you take one like this. You put her home, and then you put her in whatever position you want, and you leave her there and you go home. You go to work. When you come back home, she is there, because most of you guys, that is what you want. Yes, most people, that is what they want. That is why most people cannot stay in a good relationship for long. At some point, they will feel, well, you know what I mean? I get tired of this person because this person may be just changing on me. You know, but what do you fail to understand? In relationship, people changes. And not even in relationship, out of relationship, a person changes constantly. You understand? And if you are not agreeing with the changes that is happening in somebody's life, then obviously you would not be a partner to that person. You understand? But first thing they always say when you get in a relationship, they look for an excuse to fire the relationship, then the person change. How do you expect for people to stay in one particular way all the time when every day you're supposed to be learning and every day you're supposed to be growing? So if that is happening, there must be changes taking place in that person's life, right? Most people changes for the bad, we know. And most people, they fake, a personality, and then you see the true colors in their relationship. Yes, it does happen. I'm familiar with that. But most people I know can't keep up with the changes that happens in a person. You understand? It can't. So then if you can't, you're not in agreement with change, you don't like change, and you want everything to stay just how you want it. Just how you want it. Then you're the person, you're a candidate for a doll. You go get your doll and organize yourself, fella. Anyway, so for the women, you see, most of the women now, they always read a lot of stories concerning like Mills and Boone and Barbara Kaplan and stuff like that. In those books, they have this this personality, this kind of man in that book, this romantic figure, this chiseled out figure. You understand? Maybe he's tall and he's handsome and here is whatever, and he have a lot of packs, like 6, 7, 8 packs, whatever he have. So that embed itself in a woman. A woman dream about this kind of man to have this kind of fantasy. She fantasize on those kind of blokes, right? And what happened is that form in her mind. So as time goes on, that grows, and she have this picture of this is the kind of man she want. And then when she look around, she's seen every other man, but because she changed the way she looks at life, she recreates her mind and program her mind in such a way that every man she see that is outside the qualities of this man she have in her mind, he is disqualified. So as a result of that, most women won't ever get married until they reprogram themselves. And even if they have this program in their mind and they go against their program and they get into a relationship, as long as this image is in their mind, then obviously that relationship would never be happy, because you will be comparing the man who you has to an imaginary figure, somebody just that is just a figment of your imagination. So you would not be happy in that relationship. Well, now they have robots. right? Maybe what you people could do who want to be like that. I think, I don't know, but I think you could custom made one. For example, the people who makes them, maybe you could call them and tell them the kind of person you want. You know, you want a man looking like this, then you'll get this kind of man, because this is a sex doll also, right? So you could have this man, he will be home, you go to work, you are an independent woman, and you go home, you come back, you clean your man, you put him lie down, and maybe he could talk to you like Siri or something like to that effect. And then you have a conversation with your man with all six pack and everything properly chiseled out, looking all sunburned, tan, like how you read it in the books, and you have your man. It's as simple as that. So that is what the world is coming to, right? So eventually, everything will be fake. For example, right now you're doing the fake already. You're doing the fake because you're cutting out your whole eyelash and paint it, right? You're doing the fake because you're cutting your hair off on your head and put wig and stuff like that. That is what you do, right? You're fake. You cut off your nose and you put something else. You're fake. You cut off your ass and put something else. And this is a whole bunch of foolishness that you are doing. So now, because you want everything that is not of the real, then you could get a lover, because you are very superficial in these areas anyway. You could get a doll that could be your lover. So it's a one-sided relationship, because most of you people love one-sided relationship. You love everything to go your way. You understand? You don't want anybody contradicts you. You don't want anybody t- talk about something. I mean, that is not um, for a better word. You don't want anybody talk about anything that is against what you think. You understand? So in other words, if you agree to something and somebody disagree with it, you don't like it. But anyway, you get your doll. So you could get your doll where you could have your one-sided relationship, right? Your doll might be able to talk back to you about what he learned from you, and that is still one-sided relationship. You don't have to worry about doing anything else more than maybe wash your silicone. You understand? Because most of you cut off your breast. As I talk about silicone, I remember I put silicone breast. So when you fake like that, and then you have a fake person in your house, then it all matches up. Because it don't make sense you being all that fake, and then you want a real husband, which don't basically exist anyway, right? It exists in your mind, but then you could recreate what is in your mind. So you could tell somebody who makes those dolls to recreate what is in your mind for you, and you explain to them what is it you want. So you have a fake doll because you have this false image in your mind. You understand? So the thing about it, it's really strange, because I'm looking at this world these days and I'm seeing people doing things, and I'm wondering, why are they trying to replace every human value? You know, I mean, all the values that make us human and make us real and make us caring and make us loving. Why is it that, like, it seems as though the world is on a mission to get rid of all those human values? Why? You know, but then we know that who rules the world, and that is exactly what they would do. You understand? So the minute time they get you not having compassion or empathy, not having love, because they are trying to prove now that you could have a nice loving relationship with a robot. Yeah, it is true. You could, because people have loving relationship with their monies and their material things. So having a relationship with a doll is nothing for those people. but you gotta be real, and that's the whole truth about it. I will say fire burn up all these doll them, because when I look at it, no matter how I look at it for the past decade or so, everything, everything you see is about sex. Sex about sex and homosexuality, you know, lesbianisms and everything just saturating the media. Whether it is TV or movies or what, it saturates the whole place with just the mentality, everything about sex. You call a woman and say good afternoon, in her mind she thinking you want to have sex. She ready to call the police. Then you have men running around trying to rape little children, or raping little children, trying to rape old ladies. Then you hear about all these people that bringing up all these sex offenses they say that occurred to them when they were younger. Everything just coming to the fore. And everything is about sex. And on top of all that, here comes dolls. So shamelessly, men will go buy a doll and say, "This is my wife." A woman will go buy a doll and say, "Okay, this is my husband." And she bring him home and she have sex with a doll. And he have sex with a doll. Isn't that foolish? I just be looking at media and they say millions of women, maybe based on how they interview a lot, so many women can't get a husband. They can't. Why? If you look at the average girl these days and you ask her what is it she wants in a husband, she might say, "Yeah, you have to be caring, you have to have a good job, you have to have your own house, you have to have money in the bank." That is what they're looking at. You have to be caring. Caring why? Because he could take care of them, he could give them what they want. They never talk about what they could give him yet. You understand what I'm saying? So that is how it goes. One-way relationships. So then with that now, if you have your own job, you are an independent woman, then you have your husband inside your doll, and you're happy like that with your doll. That is the whole truth about the matter. It's funny, but I don't know if anybody see any Negro ones, any black ones. I haven't seen a black doll. Like a black sex doll. I haven't seen one. Whether it is male or female, I haven't seen it. If anybody see it, then they could always tell me in the comment. I haven't seen it. Okay? All that I've seen is people like this. These kind of people. That is what you see. Right? So I don't know if it have black ones. I don't know if it have Chinese ones. I guess it's supposed to have Chinese ones and Korean ones, because these people, I think they spearheading this thing, right? So they will have those kind of things. It's just that maybe I haven't seen it. Okay, right? So, but for black ones, I haven't seen black ones, because I think if they have black ones, black women, no matter what, I think they might make some noise about it. Okay. Yeah, so I haven't seen black ones, only these so-called white ones I haven't seen. So a lot of people are buying this thing and going home with this thing and having a relationship with this thing. That is sickening. And those kind of things are things to make you want to vomit. You see? Now most people will take this thing like, oh, it is just normal, it's the norm, and accept it. But you have some people can't accept it. Because that is just downright immoral. Right? So go and sexually abuse a doll is very, that is stink, right? So that is what is happening in our world today, right? That is what is happening, and we have to be careful. You see, when we have little relationship, we have to try to cherish that relationship and build that relationship, not break it down, because trust me, there are some people out here, you understand, they are bent, right? on deceiving the human race. They are bent on doing that. And if you give them way, they will do that. But those who are conscious and those who wake up and are not going back to sleep, definitely we have to fight that tooth and nail, right? That is our duty, right? We have to beat this thing away from our community. And that we might save our children. Okay? So you have a wonderful day. Be at peace. Be blessed. May the spirit of the Most High Yahuwah wash over you and burn out all these daughters. Every time you see them, brother and sister, burn them out. Shalom.